Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to a super quick history of the Netherlands. If you guys want to request a video, this is the link. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go straight to the video. This is from a channel called Mr. History.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Mr. This is Europe, and here's the Netherlands. Now let's go, shall we? Netherlands means lower lands, because the country is barely above, and in some cases below sea level. Thus it...
That is awesome. You know what's funny? Let me just confess one thing here. Once I said that the Netherlands, some parts of the Netherlands was below sea level, and some people were laughing at me in the comments saying, how can something be below sea level? That would mean it is submerged in water. And I help me answer that question, guys, because I was caught off guard with that and I didn't know how to respond to it, and I felt like I was saying something stupid, but you know, I don't know how to respond to that.
It is geographically low, except of course for Amsterdam, which is famously rather high. Anyway, the Netherlands was first permanently populated during the last glacial period by hunters tracking reindeer in the frost. This curious-looking wooden slab is a canoe, the world's oldest known boating vessel, and was found in the Netherlands. Over time, the people began to farm and formed a portion of the funnel beaker culture that left its mark via chunky stone assemblages known as dolmens. Slipping through the centuries to the Iron Age, we find the southern Netherlands locked into the sprawling realm of the Celts. The Celts were...
Wait a second. Look at this. No way. Wait a second. Does this have something to do with, does Lesotho, you know the country Lesotho? Does it have something to do with the Netherlands? Like, did the Netherlands, at one point go to Lesotho? Did they do something like that? Because this looks very much like a house in Lesotho. I know because I lived there, fun fact, and we used to see these houses all the time, which is it's very similar. It's not exactly like this, but I don't know, maybe that's an influence, a Dutch influence.
The Celts. The Celts were very clever craftsmen, as we see from these artifacts unearthed in Os. Perhaps...
Which, of course, at the time it wasn't called... Wait, was it called Lesotho? Or the Kingdom of Basuto? I can't remember my Lesotho history, but, you know, I did learn. I was very young. I can't remember. I know a little bit of Sesotho still. I still remember. But anyways, let's keep going.
Unearthed in Os, perhaps made by the Wizard of Oz. Boo! Over a long period of time, Germanic peoples began migrating into the land. Now the Germans called their country Deutschland, and this Deutsch was later applied by the English to the Germanic Netherlanders, who were called Dutch, and still are. Anyway, no...
So wait a second, you're called Dutch because of the British? They didn't really know how to say it. What?
Sooner was the Netherlands Germanified, or Dutchified, than our old friends the Romans stomped in and took over. The most warlike of Dutch tribes were the Batavi, and they started an uprising against the Romans in the 1st century, which, alas, did not succeed. The Romans, of course, were pretty warlike themselves. In the end, though, the Germanic peoples prevailed, and by the 5th century, Rome could no longer hold them back and crumbled under the pressure. Different Germans ruled in Netherlandish lands, namely the Franks and Frisians. The two fought viciously for many years, until the Franks under Charlemagne were at last victorious. Meanwhile, Christianity was spreading through the land, and in the 800s the Vikings invaded from the coast and caused the usual havoc, and prosperous trading towns arose along the rivers. But floods remained a problem, so the people around the year 1000 began to ramp up construction of a series of dikes or levees to better manage the water problem. This freed up more and more land, which, when cut off from salty seawater, became highly fertile. Nominally part of the German Holy Roman Empire, the Netherlands pretty much did its own thing common for most of the Middle Ages, which of course meant nobles squabbling and warring with each other. As trade increased, towns turned into cities with handsome churches and cathedrals. Things were still a bit wild up in Frisia though, whose fierce inhabitants prided themselves on their freedom. And indeed they were a lot more free than most persons in those feudal times. Their great rivals were the Hollanders to the south. Now, no doubt you've heard people refer to the Netherlands as Holland, but this is not a technically correct term, as Holland, north and south, makes up only 2 of the nation's 12 provinces. But since so much famous
Edam is also from Netherlands? I knew Gouda was, but Edam as well? Guys, you have good cheese. Edam is a nice cheese too.
Dutch stuff is located in the Holland regions, the name became synonymous with the whole country. Sort of like how, according to Hollywood, Paris is the only place in France. The prosperous 1200s gave way to the wretched 1300s, and its land-threatening wet weather, trade-disrupting wars, and population-depleting bubonic plague. Oh, and civil war. There was plenty of that too. Duke Philip the Good.
Cod? Hook and cod wars.
Oh, and civil war. There was plenty of that too. Duke Philip the Good of Burgundy brought the Dutch lands under French rule, and then, in 1482, the Holy Roman Empire acquired them again, this time under the famous Habsburg dynasty. In Renaissance times, the Netherlands produced one of the era's finest scholars in Erasmus of Rotterdam, who, concerned at the state of the church, favored a more personal relationship with God over ritual and ceremony. Nonetheless, he did not want to go as far as Martin Luther and his Protestant Reformation. Though the two had respect for each other, they ended up enemies. Erasmus criticizing Protestant theology and the societal upheaval it was causing. The hot-tempered Luther responded by calling Erasmus a viper and the very mouth of Satan. In any case, the Dutch people favored Protestantism, which upset the Catholic king, who made Protestantism a capital offense. Many were executed, but the anger only increased. So Spain's Duke of Alba and his troops were sent in to crush them, and quite a lot of crushing ensued. Cold-hearted butchery, in fact. Thus began the 80 Years' War, decades of resistance and bloodshed. An early Dutch champion was William the Silent, who bravely chose to defy Habsburg Spain, which was, at the time, the world's superpower. The Dutch...
Okay, so he briefly touched, he briefly spoke about this. This is 1568 to 1648. We're gonna take a quick look at something, which is a wish list that I have, which is off platform, and this is basically it, guys. Why am I showing this? Because we have this 80-year war that was requested and added to the wish list. So if you guys want to help, oh come on, if you guys want to go help contribute and support, the link is in the description. For longer videos, we normally use the wish list because, you know, YouTube demonetizes most of the content, so longer videos are only possible with your support. The link is in the description. That was quite just a plug over there. Let's go back to the video.
Decades of resistance and bloodshed. An early Dutch champion was William the Silent, who bravely chose to defy Habsburg Spain, which was, at the time, the world's superpower. The Dutch national anthem is in fact all about William, written from his perspective in the thick of those troublesome times. And such times invariably produce heroes. This painting depicts mother of 4, Kinau, leading a group of women against the Spanish at the siege of Haarlem.
Oh, look at that. It has the red flag. No, is that? Yeah, it has the red. I was trying to see if it had orange, but it has red. It looks red to me because the flags kept changing throughout the years, right?
Kinau, leading a group of women against the Spanish at the siege of Haarlem. Finally, in 1648, Spain recognized the independence of the Dutch Republic, but kept the Catholic southern Netherlands. Now, some countries in our world are fortunate enough to experience a golden age, a time of tremendous upsurge in wealth and culture and scientific thought. The 1600s, that was the Netherlands' Gouden Eeuw. The industrious Dutch set to work building, trading, establishing colonies, possessing the world's largest merchant fleet. Wealth poured in. Discovered Titan, the moon of Saturn, and invented the pendulum clock to accurately measure time. Von Leeuwenhoek designed a microscope by which he became the first person to observe microbes, thus become...
Bro, if any of you know a good video showing the inventions of the Netherlands, I would love to see that. I love seeing what each country has invented, you know.
The father of microbiology, and painting flourished, from the great genius Rembrandt to Ruysdael's magnificent landscapes to Vermeer's delicately haunting Girl with the Pearl Earring. Now, while the Dutch had done well in their maritime wars with England, with many a victory due to the brilliance of Admiral Michiel de Ruyter, things got pretty ugly when the French under Louis XIV invaded and very nearly conquered the country. The conflict ended by treaty, but the economic damage was devastating. The 1700s was a far less sunny century for the Netherlands, as it was steadily outclassed in business, particularly by the British, whose empire was increasingly ruling the waves. In the early 1800s, the Netherlands briefly became part of Napoleon's French Empire, but was loosed from it in 1813. After the Congress of Vienna, the Dutch were reunited with their Catholic cousins in the south, and all were ruled by King William Frederick. But a lot had changed since the 1500s, and the southern Dutch or Flemish people had very little in common with their Protestant northern neighbours.
Wait, the Flemish people, did they say southern Dutch? Because that's Flemish. I know the Flemish from Belgium, so I would guess this is borderline, the border, right?
The south was also home to the French Walloons, who had even less in common with the Netherlands. After a revolution boomed forth in 1830, the south proclaimed independence as Belgium. As for the Netherlands...
Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. Okay.
Revolution boomed forth in 1830, the South proclaimed independence as Belgium. As for the Netherlands, it modernized rapidly and enjoyed a revival in trade and gleaned riches from its colonies in Indonesia. The Netherlands remained...
Indonesia. Yeah, so what I know about Indonesia, like I've reacted to so many videos from Indonesia. That's actually on my main channel if you guys have any interest on that. And I saw a video that said that the Dutch, you guys didn't really teach Dutch to Indonesia. You thought it was an easier route to get them to speak Malay, which became the Indonesia Bahasa. But it would be interesting if you passed on your culture, your language to, you know, other countries. Then at least Indonesia would speak Dutch now. That would be interesting. But somebody left a comment saying, for the Dutch, it was just business. They didn't want to impose their culture, impose their language. It was just business, okay? So that's... Let me know if that's true, you know.
Netherlands, it modernized rapidly and enjoyed a revival in trade and gleaned riches from its colonies in Indonesia. The Netherlands remained neutral in World War I and declared neutrality again at the outbreak of the Second World War. But that didn't stop Hitler from invading. The Germans conquered the country in under a week, bombing Rotterdam into rubbled ugliness and disposing of most of the Jewish population, the most famous victim being young Anne Frank, whose diary would bring her posthumous fame. The Netherlands was liberated in 19...
Yeah, the Diary of Anne Frank. Man, that is a popular one. Man, wow. But under a week? Come on, what happened to the defense military? By the way, do you guys like military videos? Because I enjoy them as well. So if you have any videos about the Dutch military and you want to share that with me, I'd find that interesting as well.
The Netherlands was liberated in 1945 by Canadian, British and Polish troops, and the Dutch began to rebuild and decolonize, making great progress under Prime Minister Willem Drees, and was a founding member of both NATO and the EU. And the Netherlands today, with a very high level of human development, one of the world's highest in fact, remains among the richest, happiest and most tolerant nations in the world. A land that has given us superbness in sport.
Ooh, Johan Cruyff, Marco van Basten, Max Verstappen. I didn't know him before this channel, but now I do. Irene Schouten. What does she do? Is she tennis or what is that? Is that the Wimbledon Cup? I don't know. Irene Wust. Harry Leverisen. What does he do? Is he cycling? Oh, Ruud Gullit, of course. Ferry Wertman. He's from the Olympics. I don't know. And then Leontien van Moorsel. I know I'm butchering the language. Fanny Blankers Cohen. If anybody can tell me like what they do. Fanny is a runner. Okay, I can see I understand what she's doing there. Robin van Persie. Dennis Bergkamp. Oh, Bergkamp, man. I used to love to see Bergkamp play. Epke Zonderland and Robin. Oh, Robin is so good. Arjen Robin. Yeah, bro. A lot of good footballers here. You guys have great footballers. Who are the best footballers now in the Netherlands? I saw you guys in the World Cup. In the Euro Cup. You did very well as well. Almost. Semifinals is not that bad. You know, if there were third place, I'm sure you guys would have gotten third place.
Amazingness in art.
Oh, wait. I thought it was just one. I thought it was just one screen. Let's take a look at these as well. Van Gogh, Bosch. Wait, is Bosch the tools guy? Rembrandt, Escher. I'm just gonna read the last name so I won't hold you guys. Vermeer, Johannes Vermeer, Bruegel the Elder, Piet Mondrian, Frans Hals. Is he the guy who made Hals the mint? Bro, that looks like Harrison Ford. Willem de Koning, Ruysdael, Rachel Ruish, Theo van, I don't know, Jan Steen and Peter. Yeah, I think I just know Van Gogh or Van Gogh, Vincent van Gogh.
Scientific.
Okay, then we have scientist. Okay, I'm not gonna read all the names here. Anthony Fokker. Is he the one who actually created the airplanes, the Fokker planes? Okay, wow. Lorenz Hooft. Yeah, I don't know them, but you know, I believe that they have brought a lot of different, you know, good stuff to the world.
Splendidness and literary and
okay, literally Joost van den Vondel, Hugo Grotius, Spinoza. I think I heard of Spinoza before. Multatuli. Bro, I'm not gonna read the names. Hasse, Reeve, Smitched, Jacob Katz. Yeah. Jan Walkers. Do I know him? Don't know. Actually, he looks like the guy from the Willy Wonka factory, you know. Gene Wilder.
and philosophical fabulousness. Not bad for a country that began as a waterlogged swamp. So that's it for the Netherlands, and that's all from me for now. Bye-bye!
Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this video, go over to Mr. History's channel. Great video. Super quick history, but you know, it had a lot of information. I probably made it longer than it should have been, but I hope you enjoyed my reaction. And if you guys want me to react to more videos like this one, let me know. Don't forget, you can request a video and also contribute to the wish list. I want to visit the Netherlands, so that's also in my wish list. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was added there, so yeah, the link is also in the description. I have been to Amsterdam, but it was just a layover, so that's why it says visit the Netherlands for real. And I'm gonna take my wife with me, and we're gonna try to vlog. And yeah, let me know where in the Netherlands I should go anyways. Guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. Now you can get full access to exclusive content, special reactions to shows, series, anime, full movies, and even request a video of your choice. Just become a YouTube member or join Buy Me a Coffee today. Find out more, the link is in the description.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right.